Your community, your station.
In Little Horsted.
This is your Uckfield FM.
Now, don't be fooled by that piece of tasteful music. It actually comes from a rather spectacular production of Peter Pan on Ice, which took place fairly recently at the Hawth Theatre in Crawley. Now, the narrator for that was none other than Krys O'Brien from here at Uckfield FM, and she's with me in the studio this morning. Morning, Krys.
Good morning, Tony. How are you this morning?
I'm sort of recovering, actually, I think, really.
From what? From me being in the studio with you?
The whirlwind of you actually walking in here.
It's quite normal.
Now to the serious stuff. You had to get serious for this, didn't you? Really,
I did.
Because away from radio, you do actually do some acting as well, don't you?
I do. Yes, I do. Whenever it comes in, and it was a job that was offered to me. I jumped at the opportunity, and I had the most fantastic time.
But you
Seriously.
don't skate, do you?
I do skate.
You do?
But not in this production. I was actually going to be skating, and originally I also thought. And then when we actually got to the theatre, they said, no, actually, I'm just going to be on shoes, on boots. And I'm really actually not at all disappointed, because the amount of work that I had to do in a very, very short space of time, it was running through the lines, it was narrating. I hadn't actually had a full run with the skaters. So basically, I turned up at the theatre on Wednesday, the 14th of May, 4:15, picked up my costume, was fitted for it. 5 o'clock I was on stage for a 40-minute run through, because of course the Russian Ice Stars, they are totally au fait with the entire production. They've been doing it for many, many weeks already, been touring the entire country. This was my first time of meeting the entire team. I'd not met anybody other than via phone or emails. So I was on stage, 40 minutes later, ran through the entire show. I wasn't anticipating the decibel level of the music against which I had to fight, because I was talking into a microphone, narrating the entire story, and also fireworks and explosions going on around me as well. So when the curtain went up at 7 o'clock, stage manager Dave Cavney, he actually positioned me as we were going through the first performance. I hadn't actually done a full run. So that first performance, it was incredible. But by golly, they were naughty. They were naughty.
Give me an example. Give me an
Throwing
example.
snowballs at me and each other, banging on the set, just jumping in front of you, distracting you. And a lot of my lines were actually done on stage. Most of them, in fact, but some of them were done off stage. And at those moments, I was cued. Dave, he cued me up to tell me when to start reading, because obviously I wasn't, au fait with the timings or anything. And the guys, they were jumping in his way, so I couldn't see his cues, anything to distract and disrupt. It was just amazing. They were brilliant fun, really fantastic people to work with. I loved every minute. It was exhausting.
They have a different person at every different venue, don't they?
Yes,
for
they
this?
do.
So
They do.
How did you get involved in this?
I was offered it. I was asked because they're touring, obviously,
Yeah.
and I received an email obviously asking whether I'd be interested in doing it. And of course, it's just my cup of tea. I am a trained actress. I'm a radio presenter. I can ice skate. I even had to do a circus trick, which was...
Multi-talented. I can't
it was
ice
my
skate.
cup of tea. You can't?
No.
Have you ever tried?
Yes.
And what happened?
I fell over.
Well, you just get up. I fell over. Do you want to see my bruises? I'll show you my
Later.
bruises.
Yeah,
I've got plenty.
This interview's being filmed, so it's going to end up on the website.
Are you nervous?
No, I'm not.
You are,
I'm
you're
not
nervous. You
nervous
are.
at all. It's being
I can
filmed.
tell.
It's the thought of you getting undressed on film that worries me a little bit.
Who said about anything
You
about
said-
getting undressed? You can see my bruises. I'm not going to get undressed.
Exactly. Now, where were we?
I know I was. And
If I'm not careful, this could get out of hand, isn't it? Couldn't it really? Now, Peter Pan on Ice. You've thrown me completely now.
I thought I had.
You do realise that,
Do you want me
don't
to get
you?
you back on track?
No. It's absolutely fine. So you took the job,
I
okay? You can skate, but you didn't wear skates.
No, I didn't. That's right.
Why?
Because the stage is really, really tiny. And basically, it wasn't my choice. They said they'd prefer me not to, because of the size of the stage and the acrobatics that are going on. It's just amazing. The skaters are throwing themselves all over the place. you know, going upside, doing all these lovely acrobatic tricks, and on skates, if you can imagine, those are razor blades on their feet. Any accident or anything, you know, you could have been easily
apparently
decapitated.
you did slip over, didn't you?
Yeah, and so I've got my bruises, you see. And that was on the Saturday matinee, done really, really well. And then I did this circus trick, and basically I'm hoisted up into, you know, into the heavens. And then I'm whizzed around like crazy on a rope. Come down, and I'm quite dizzy. Anyway, when I reach the ice, the skaters are at the bottom catching me, and then they form a ring round me, and it's all part of the plot. It fits in really, really nicely. And they steady me on my feet until I regain my composure. Then, once I've regained my composure, the skaters, they part, and I go into my next speech. And basically, my opening line is, this is Buccaneer Bobby reporting from... this is Buccaneer Bobby reporting undercover from deep inside Captain Hook's pirate band. So it fits in really, really nicely with that enclosed space until I regain my composure. And I was walking off stage after my little speech, and one of the skaters, because again, you know, everybody was playing tricks on each other, just being silly people, and you know, just having great fun, really great fun. One of the skaters came in front of me and just surprised me. You know, she went blah like that. You know, just jumped out, sort of thing. And I just turned around unexpectedly, and the next minute I was on my head and on my shoulder. Oh, it hurt. And I cut my thumb really badly. You can look at that bruise. Look,
I can look at that bruise. Yeah,
yeah,
you've got a cut on your arm as well. Yeah,
I have. That was from this morning.
She keeps wanting to show me her bruises. It's...
I do. I'm excited. Do you want to see that?
Yeah, okay. Oh,
Look,
oh wow.
Look.
Oh, that's a bruise and a half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Show that to the camera.
Look, camera. There. We've got Ian Renison, our IT director, there filming all this. It's great.
Sure, she's not supposed to mention him.
I'll show you others too.
He's quietly taking pictures there.
He is. He's been ever such a good boy.
He is, isn't he?
He is.
He's being really good. So, did you actually have to speak any pirate?
Wow.
That was almost Cornish pasty. I don't know about pirate, but you know.
Yeah, you go to our website, uckfieldfm.co.uk, you click on that photograph of me, you'll hear me talking parrot there.
Yeah, but it's only a short clip, isn't it, really?
Yeah, no, what I actually did, I had to just be in character. I was Buccaneer Bobby, also playing undercover as Bosun Billy when I was on board the Jolly Roger.
Dual personality,
parachute.
then?
Dual personality, as it should be. It's exciting that way.
Bob, were you Bob or Billy?
I was Bobby and Billy.
Bobby and Billy.
Bobby and Billy.
Okay, yeah.
Take your hand out of your head.
Confused? Well,
Or
you
your head out of
won't
your
be. So, because you see, the thing is, I know beforehand you were on Facebook, and there's a thing on Facebook where you can actually change the language from English, and one of the languages in there is pirate.
Oh yeah.
And it was very confusing, wasn't it?
It was great, but I enjoyed it enormously.
You did?
But I did get very confused because it's all about flapping your gums at each other, and you know, you
that almost sounds rude,
scallywags.
doesn't it?
It really
oh, scallywags, yeah.
Scallywags, scurvy dogs. Oh,
Scurvy
I'll
dogs,
tell you, yeah, I love that bit.
And you weren't allowed to use any of this in your
No.
speeches. Did you ad lib at all, or did you?
I did.
You did.
I did quite a bit actually, especially in my little speech with Captain Hook, because I did 2 interviews. One with the crocodile.
Yeah.
And
you interviewed a crocodile.
I did interview a crocodile.
This is a first.
And he didn't have any language, obviously, other than crocodile. He was speechless.
Yeah, make it snappy.
Oh,
yeah, we know.
yeah, he did look a bit long in the tooth and in the face, you know, by the time I'd finished with him.
Yeah.
And then Captain Hook.
Yeah.
He was great. He was the only person other person who spoke.
Yeah.
And he's such a character, but again, because we were all playing games, he deliberately stayed off stage longer than he needed to, so I had to ad-lib. But it was good because I managed to get the audience booing, to get him back on stage, and we were just play acting, just improvising for quite a while.
So you turned ice skating into pantomime, really?
Yes, really. And then there's another little bit later on in the show when Tinkerbell dies. She's
Tinkerbell
injured.
dies. I didn't know
She
that.
doesn't quite die. She almost dies because I have to inspire the audience to start shouting and, you know, really gym up to start saying, you know, clapping their hands and come on, Tinkerbell. Oh. And so, it's very, very panto-like. And when they're clapping loud enough, then she'll, you know, wake up and then she's back at
So it had the full Krys O'Brien treatment then, really, didn't it, really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
it's amazing.
Pantomime is your middle name, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it's not.
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, there you go. You see,
yeah.
we've almost done pantomime here, haven't we, really?
I'd say.
So you you did this, was it 4 days, 5 performances, was it?
6 performances.
6 performances
Yeah.
in 4 days?
I did. One on Wednesday,
Yeah.
that was the opening one, and then 2 on Thursday, 1 on Friday, 2 on Saturday.
What was the actual highlight of all this for you?
Every single bit of it. I loved
That's a
everything.
cop-out.
Do you know, it was just an entire experience. I've never been in a production before when I've had absolutely zero rehearsal time.
Yeah.
You know, you just I obviously had the lines in my head. I had very short amount of time to actually learn them, about 2-3 weeks at the most, to learn this huge script.
But isn't this an odd thing, though, because, I mean, you're virtually the only one with any speaking part
Yeah.
anyway, and you're the only non-permanent member of the crew as well.
Absolutely.
And
and
is that a bit weird?
Well, yeah, it was, but they were so warm and welcoming. You know, I was just made to feel part of the family immediately. I walked in. They took me under their wing, and they were just brilliant.
Did you have to speak Russian at all?
I can speak fluent Polish, and I can speak a
Yeah.
little bit of Russian, so
Yeah.
do svidaniya.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I didn't speak Russian on stage. Off stage.
Is it Dobry din, I think, is morning, isn't it? Or
Something
hello,
like
something
that,
yeah.
Dzień dobry po
Yeah,
polsku.
yeah.
But yes.
Ah, Mr. Bond.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, yeah. So I mean,
Oh, I was wearing a beard as well. Yes, I was with the, like
it was you that won the Eurovision Song Contest. Then
Tony, yeah.
you're the bearded lady.
Well, I was a bearded lady. I was.
Well, is this Bobby or Billy?
That was Billy.
Oh,
Both
Billy.
of Billy, yeah. From
So you had to do
East Lake,
costume change as well.
Just a beard change.
That's absolutely priceless. You couldn't make that up, could you, really? Yeah, here I am talking to a female who says, just a beard change. You know, your ordinary average thing, a beard change.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
As you do.
Well,
On a daily basis, from 14th of May to 17th of May,
Yeah.
6 performances.
so you've done that. What's next for you?
Well, we'll wait and see. I've just...
Or are you sort of now resting,
Oh, well...
as actors call it?
I suppose I'm having a week off, let's put it that way.
yeah.
And I've just had some photographs taken for a very special promotion, which will be going on my Facebook page, if I'm brave enough.
If you're brave enough.
Yes, they're to promote a certain T-shirt for Roger Day, who was obviously from Radio Caroline. So those will be going on. And then I'm obviously back here.
Yes, you are.
Doing a
aren't you?
rock show as well tomorrow night, so I'm back doing the rock show 6 till 9, and then of course
You're
it's
doing
the
your
40.
impression of Martin Grenfell tomorrow night, are you?
I am.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to that hugely
Yeah.
too, because I used to be rock chick.
Yeah, well, you can put your beard on again, couldn't you? See?
I could.
Yeah, there.
He'd have to lend me his though. I had to give mine back.
I think
Saturday night.
Martin probably needs his, doesn't he? Really?
Yeah. I
Okay.
wonder what he looks like underneath.
Well, Martin.
Yeah, I mean it's like
Well,
ZZ
ask him.
I will, but do you know ZZ Top? They won't shave because they're so afraid of what they look like now.
No,
underneath.
well,
They
there's
think
an
they're-
odd thing
they're so
there, isn't
ugly.
there? ZZ Top, 2 guys with beards and a drummer called Beard.
Yeah,
That's his surname.
Yeah.
The drummer's name, and he's the only one that hasn't got a beard.
I know it's remarkable.
It is, isn't it? Really.
It is.
So
It's wise.
have you got any more acting work lined up?
Next year, I was invited back to go in.
You're going to go and do it again next year?
Yeah.
Oh wow!
I mean, yeah.
Can we all come along and heckle?
I wish you had this time. I noticed your absence. Ian was there.
Yeah,
And Mike Skinner.
I gather Mike Skinner was there. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Put him,
those
put
words
him
to Ian,
down
not
for
to you,
goodness sake.
because you didn't come.
No, I know. So you've got that. You're back on Drive.
Yes.
Here at Uckfield FM.
And I'll be back on breakfast as
yeah,
well
I'm told
when
you're
Gary
going to be
goes on holiday.
when Gary goes on holiday. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I'm on holiday before he is. So
Oh, right. Oh,
yeah.
great. Well, we'll see you then.
we will see you then, won't we? Yeah.
We will.
Okay.
Brilliant.
I think we're pretty much there. I think with Buccaneer Bobby and who was the other one?
Bosun Billy.
Bosun Billy.
Yeah.
Which was your favourite, by the way?
Oh gosh, again, I love them both because they were both so
It's
different.
probably Billy
I
because
love-
of the beard, wasn't it? Really.
Do you know, I love Billy because of my interaction with Captain Hook, because that was if I needed a highlight, you asked me if there was a highlight, that was probably the highlight for me. Doing the little scene with Captain Hook and also being taken up into the gods and being spun round in the circus trick, that was just amazing. So that for me was the highlight. Therefore, I loved Bosun Billy because it was an alter ego, if you like, or a different character.
Yeah.
But Buccaneer Bobby was a lot of fun too. But yeah, I loved the whole thing, and it was just an amazing experience.
Wonderful, absolutely wonderful. For now, Krys, it's been lovely to catch up with you again. Yeah, we're going to try and get some normality back in this place now. But what is farewell in pirate?
In pirate, I was going to say in Russian.
No.
Do widzenia in pirate. I don't know. What would you say?
Ahara, goodbye.
Ahara, goodbye. Even that.
Krys O'Brien, thank you so much.
My pleasure.